Good afternoon, Steeler Nation, NFL draft enthusiasts, and NFL scouts. This guy is called the Seeker. He's been dubbed the Seeker for a lot of reasons. First of all, if you find the fastest guy on the field, you're looking at him. If you're looking for a guy who knows how to get on the pass rush to be a disruptor, this is him. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, you're watching the wrong film. So make sure you switch and look for Jarrell Miller, linebacker, University of Jamestown. This guy's 6'2", 240. Yes, I said 240. Welcome, Jarrell. How are you? Thanks for coming on.
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for having me. It's a blessing.
Absolutely. It is what I do, especially during this time of year. And with the plethora of defensive talent, you stand out to me. I watched some of your films, Jarrell, and I'm looking at a guy who can just sniff things out, who has the pass rushing capability on the outside as well as the interior. You know how to disrupt plays. Just a real solid guy, solid character, which is one of the reasons why I want to interview you today. Obviously, on top of that, the NFL draft occurring April 28th, so it's on the horizon. Are you ready for the draft?
Yes, sir. I'm more than prepared for it. I'm ready. It's a great
You've always
opportunity.
had a passion for the game, and it shows in different aspects, and it's been showing a long, long time. Speak to me about your endeavors and your hard work that has helped you get to this point.
I mean, all throughout my life, I've always been willing to work hard for something that I wanted, and I think I got that from my parents. I've always watched my mom and dad when I grew up and how hard they work for whatever they had because they didn't start with everything they
First
have
pick in the
now. And
2016 NFL Draft by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Houston natives know this punt returner slash wide receiver very well. Welcome, DeMarcus Ayers. How are you, DeMarcus?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. Welcome to Steeler Nation.
Appreciate it.
I'm going to give a little synopsis here. This particular gentleman is very dynamic. He's a punt returner, wide receiver who earned first team All ACC honors, 37-1, 1,021 yards and one touchdown, including earning his way into a starting role during the last 3 games of the season with 11 receptions, 130 yards, and one touchdown in receiving. The Steelers' special team coach Danny Smith was quoted stating, "If I showed you the tape I put together in this kid, you wouldn't think there's a matchup of the time he does." As you enter Houston as an undersized running back and leaving recognized as one of the most sought-after slot receivers in the country heading into the draft, what do you believe your agility aspect would be when you get your ball into your hands in the first Steeler game?
Just trying to make a play. That's the plan to come to Steeler Nation, make a lot of plays. Get on the same page with my guys. Every time the ball is in my hands, I'm looking to make a play, and hopefully score a lot of touchdowns and get the fans on their feet.
Well, they're going to be on their feet waving their terrible towels, and you're going to be receiving some of the most dynamic throws from a Ben Roethlisberger, 2-time Super Bowl winner. What do you think about that pairing, and do you believe it's going to be a great one for years to come?
I hope so. I know Ben's been in the league for 13 years now. I hope he has about 3 or 4 more years left on him. It's going to be an exciting time to, catch balls from him after watching him on so many occasions on TV in those Super Bowls. Back when the Hines Wars was one of the best receivers, Randall L, Troy Polamalu, all those guys playing
Guest
on one
today,
team.
Steelers 6th-round draft pick Travis Feeney, outside linebacker out of Washington. Travis, I want to thank you for taking your time out to speak to me about your experiences not only in Washington, the combine included, as well as up to the draft. How are you?
I'm doing good, Rudy. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. These fans of Steeler Nation are relatively rabid, and they really want to know about the players they'll be rooting for. So that's why I have you on today. You seem to know how to make a name for yourself in your senior year and be hard-pressed to not see your pink ribbon on display for everyone to see.
Oh man, thanks for noticing that.
Hey, you're welcome. It was seen in the shape of a pink ribbon.
Oh yeah.
And I watched the game against USC. I said, what is that? What was that? And so I found it was a ribbon. Well defined later on, but this is the first time you've made a statement, though. You did it in 2011 as team defensive MVP, an honorable mention and special team player in 2014. Most players want to make a statement, but you certainly did in the way you knew how. I have to ask, Travis, what was it about paying homage to your aunt in such a way that you'd weave a pink ribbon in your hair?
Oh yeah. I've been a I've done that now since I did that my 2014 season too. I did that on a Colorado game. So I kind of made it a deal after she passed, and kind of made it after it was after my mom's best friend passed. I was kind of like we're losing a lot of people to this disease, and I couldn't be there at my mom's best friend's funeral, and I just wanted to show my condolences and show my mom that I'm there for her and that I support her and that I'm there for her friends Crystal and her daughter. So it was just pay homage to them, pay homage to their families, show them that they're gone, but they're never going to be forgotten.
Welcome, the bus, Jerome Bettis. How are you, Jerome?
I am great. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, for sure. And happy birthday, by the way. You turned 42, February 16th.
Absolutely, I did. It's one of those. You start forgetting the age at some point. No, it was great to have a birthday. I got an opportunity actually on my birthday to visit the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and that was a great birthday gift to be able to take my family there and let my kids see where their father is going to be enshrined.
Absolutely. No better place to do that than the halls of Canton. And today's Le'Veon Bell's birthday, just as a side note there. Happy birthday, Le'Veon, if you're listening.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Not only that, but the Combine opened today in Indianapolis. So always...
Yeah, and I remember my time there. It's a great time for all those guys because it's their dream is to get to the NFL, and that's the first step on the path of getting to the NFL.
Absolutely. These guys have a lot to prove, have a lot to show, and they're going to put it on display. So speaking of putting it on display, in 95, the passing offense was thought of as sincerely on display in 1995 with the Rams. You didn't seem to like that a whole lot. As a matter of fact, you wanted to acquire more carries. You were accustomed to doing that in St. Louis. Obviously, there was a conversation you had with the coaching staff and ownership, and you were asked to move to fullback heading into the following season. It didn't appear it was to your liking very much, and then in turn, there was an option given to you if you wanted to be traded, and you took that option. You knew you had the skills and ability to move forward to another team in the NFL that could utilize your talent set. In 96, you had a dispute with the Rams, and you considered retirement early. Why would you consider retirement when there was so much left to be played? You're a very gifted and talented athlete. There had been lots of stuff on display for you.
Well, the thing was, I wasn't happy. And I played the game for the love of the game. I didn't play, for financial reasons or anything. I played because I loved and enjoyed the game. And that love was being killed and destroyed with the Rams. And so I told them that I was not going to come back. And so